Well, I guess I could have been recording this whole time. I'm about halfway to the peak. Decided to go on another hike today, and it rained this morning in Tucson, and it snowed in the upper peaks of Mount Lemmon, as you can see from the clouds to the right when it started. But it's starting to sprinkle a little bit now as I actually get into the clouds themselves. It should be snowing up there. I'll see about it tomorrow. And I haven't been on switchbacks, or not switchbacks, hiking up into the clouds like this since hiking Mount Fuji. Granted, that was like 12 or 14,000 feet. This is only like 7 or 8. It's literally half of the elevation. But it's pretty cool. It's getting windy up here, a little cooler. Feeling the sprinkle from the clouds. But I think I'm most of the way through the switchbacks and halfway up the mountain itself. So I'm almost there. Sorry for the close-up. With the last video, I had my phone buckled to my backpack. This time, I got all wool uppers, got a wool beanie, shirt, because I didn't know hiking in the clouds was going to suddenly cause rain. It said it's going to rain. Getting pretty close to the top. It's got pretty much that much to go. It's getting pretty rocky, pretty straight up, but I got through that one set of switchbacks. So probably in the next 30 minutes, I'll be at the top. Well, I got to the first ridge, and of course it starts raining, or I'm just inside the cloud, and that sort of feeling. Another thing that changed this time is I went on a hike before this, like an 8-mile, but I'm not backpacking this time, I'm just day hiking. I'm using the same pack, trying different lightweight options. Unfortunately with this pack, it's like a minimum of 10 pounds because of the weight of the pack itself, but honestly I don't feel it anywhere except my legs, and any hike that works you out is a good hike, right? Well, I thought I was almost to the top. Still windy as usual. Sprinkling died down a little bit. That is the actual peak that I need to get to. So I got a little while. So right that I have to just a little further along. Like rainbow going through the gorge or main canyon, whatever you want to call it. I forget what it's called. Fortunately, the clouds are kind of clearing up. I would have liked to hike up into being in the clouds. Check my Definitely want to hike Bear Canyon in the spring. The mic out of the wind. When the river's running and all that, because up at the top is 7 falls, and I want to see the 7 falls as they're actually falling. Well, this actually almost looks like a good place to backpack and camp. Like the wind completely died down here. Unfortunately, I thought this was the peak, and yet again, it was hiding another peak behind it. So I got probably another 30 minutes before I reach the top. But whatever, at least I can say I've been there. Man, this final stretch is just a straight staircase to the top. I'm almost there. I can't believe that the campground that I pointed out was way down there. And even that's so far away. But almost there. See you at the top. So yet again, that peak was another false peak. And that peak's a false peak. I could have just been checking the GPS every time, but check the GPS, that's not the peak, but the real one's right behind it. So this time, I'm almost there, maybe like another quarter mile. So that's the real peak. One more saddle, and then I'm to Saddleback Peak. Or, yeah. Is this saddle? I don't know. I don't know when I get to the top, whatever. I don't know if I'll see this from the peak, so I'm getting video of it now, but there's Bear Creek. Also, the wind like just completely died up here, which is crazy. I'm on top of a ridge. There's Bear Canyon, and then just past that ridge is 7 Falls. It's another hike I want to do in the spring. Just because the 7 Falls will actually be falling around that time once all the snow's melting. I'll just have to bring some kind of waterproof over boots or something to cross the river the 7 times. Well, I finally made it to the peak, and all the clouds are slowly moving away. They kept moving up as I moved up. Not Miller, Mercer Peak over there still has some clouds, but I'm not seeing any snow. But the peak of Mount Lemmon seems to have a little bit of snow that got left behind. This is actually a pretty stellar view up here. It's a very isolated peak, and there's a lot of other peaks and cliff sides around here. I really want to go down there, but I don't feel like hiking back out with my pack and everything. So I'm gonna be taking my break now and eating a little bit. Haven't really eaten since noon yesterday, so hopefully an 800 calorie MRE will do it. Also, looking at my Apple Watch, it's been about 2 hours. Go away, Siri. I said, go away, Siri.
I didn't get that. Did you try again?
No, I said go away. Go away.
Okay.
There you go. Give me my screen back. Alright, 2 hours, 820 active calories, gain about 1,800 feet. I'm at about 4,300 feet total and 3.2 miles. So not too bad. Well, there's a little bird that was like getting real close and investigating me, and then as soon as I get my phone out, it disappears. So I got my MRE going, got some vegetable crumbs and pasta, and I got some Coors Banquet. Finally, I keep meaning to bring some up with me. And yeah, just enjoying the view while I eat and relax before the hike down. Maybe that bird will pop back up again. I left out some crumbs here just in case. Bird up! What up, little bird? Little government drone, what are you doing here? How are you capable of flying at this altitude? Oh, where'd you go? It knows that I know. It knows that I know it's a government drone. Right there. Get it. There you go. Little pretzel crumb. I know what the drones are fueled by now. Honey mustard pretzels. Okay, bye, little drone. Bird up. Bird's back. Oh, I ran away. You know, I can just tilt back and then see you behind my little pack. Oh, there you are. I didn't leave food over there. I don't know what you're eating. You're just eating rocks now. That can't be good for you. I hear a crow to my right. There's 2 crows that are watching me from a mountainside. You don't want the pretzels, little dude? Maybe government drones aren't fueled by pretzels. I can hear you to my right. Okay, bye. Bird up. Well, I'm done with my little meal and I'm about to head back down. It started on and off snowing about 3 times. It's starting to snow again. So it looked like the clouds were raising and moving to the northeast side of the mountain, but I don't know, they're kind of like lofting back and forth. So it's snowing here now. So I guess I'll see tomorrow if it covered this side of the peak or not. I doubt it. It's just barely coming down. But yeah, that's Saddleback Peak, kind of a weird name because it's not the back of a saddle, it's still a peak. Made a few radio contacts while I was up here. Good to know that I can reach the repeater up there in the clouds with just a 30-inch antenna and 5 watts, but kind of is what it is. If you can reach a repeater, you can reach anybody that's connected to the network. I was reaching someone all the way in Phoenix from Tucson. But yeah, I'm gonna pack up and head back down. Also, I want to know what that little trolley down there is. I can see it with my eyes. I can't. There it is. In the center of the frame. That road is private, and there's an electric trolley that keeps running up and down there like every 15 minutes, and I can see a hiking trail, so I want to try that sometime. That looks kind of interesting. Well, I guess this is the real peak. I was just down there. I guess it's called the Blackett Ridge Trail. On Gaia Maps, it's called Saddleback. Well, it's just called Saddleback, but it's a peak, so I just call it Saddleback Peak. Here's the highest point. I have my sticks attached to both my wrists, and I'm tripping over them as I climb up here. There we go. 4,300 feet. And it's still lightly snowing. It's kind of like a South Dakota snow. It's just fucking crystals hitting you in the face. This guy radio checks 30 times every single day on the GRMS band for repeater. But let me turn that down. The chatter keeps me company though, I guess. I've made it to the backpacking camp, so like anywhere from a quarter to a third of the way down the mountain. And it's starting to get warm again, so I'm gonna strip off my layers, get the gloves in my pocket, and it should be smooth sailing the rest of the way down. Also get some pictures. I like that cliff face right there. Well, I would say now I'm about 2/3 of the way down. Before I was about a quarter, or at least back to the bike, which is what matters. I believe that is the parking lot I gotta get to. Yeah, that's the recreation center way out there. So I got a little while to go, but I'm probably like halfway down the worst part of the mountain itself. The rest is just trail and walking the road. Bird up. Oh, where'd you go? I have my hiking poles in my hands and they're swaying my hands. I made it to the road, so I'm about pretty much all the way back. It's just an easy walk from this point on. What are you doing, bird? I can't see it on my screen. Oh, it's taking a shit. Weirdo. So I made it back to the bike. Shoot, I forgot to look at the complete stats, but it was about 6.5 hours in total hiking. 1,900 feet climb all the way up to, I think that's the peak. It's hard to tell because there's so many false peaks following the ridge lines. But yeah, Saddleback Ridge.